Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, Celebrity Died News. In today's episode, we'll be shining a light on American actors who have recently passed away, as well as other prominent figures from around the world. Before we begin, we'd greatly appreciate your support. Please give this video a like, as it really helps us and means a lot. Thank you. Now, let's get started.
Deborah Byrd, renowned vocal coach for American Idol and The Voice, dies at 72. Deborah Byrd, a highly respected vocal coach for some of the biggest shows in the entertainment industry, including American Idol, The Voice, and others, passed away on March 5th in Los Angeles at the age of 72. While the cause of death has not been disclosed, her loss is being deeply felt by the music world and beyond. Byrd's impact on the music industry was profound, with a roster of students that included Grammy-winning artists, celebrated recording musicians, Broadway stars, and actors. She worked intimately with some of the most notable names in music, including Kelly Clarkson, Fantasia, Jennifer Hudson, Bob Dylan, Barry Manilow, and many others. Her ability to transform the voices of her students and her dedication to their development made her one of the most sought-after vocal coaches in the industry. Born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio, Byrd attended Kent State University, where she laid the foundation for her lifelong career in music. She also studied at the renowned Karamu and Dabama theaters, which exposed her to both classical and contemporary music, influencing her later work as a performer and teacher. Her vocal journey led her to join Barry Manilow's backup group, Lady Flash, where she toured the world for many years. Lady Flash's most notable hit, Street Singin', which was written and arranged by Manilow, reached number 27 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1976. Byrd's experience as a performer shaped her later coaching style, as she understood firsthand the challenges of live performances and studio work. Manilow was devastated by Byrd's passing, taking to social media to express his grief. "This is one of the saddest days of my life," he wrote on Twitter, now X. "I just can't wrap around the fact that Deborah Byrd is no longer with me. She was one of the most wonderful friends I've ever had. I will miss you forever, my love." Clay Aiken, a former contestant on American Idol, also paid tribute to Byrd, recalling the significant role she played in the development of the contestants. "I don't think it would be an exaggeration to say that no one was a better mentor, coach, teacher, or champion to us Idol contestants than Byrd was," he said. "No one spent more time with us. I'll never forget her drilling into us how we needed to look right into the camera and connect with the audience at home. She was a light in so many lives. I am so lucky that I got to call her a friend." Byrd's work with some of the greatest musical artists of her generation extended beyond the Idol stage. She had the privilege of collaborating with legendary singer Bob Dylan during his 1986 tour, Hard to Handle, Bob Dylan in Concert, where he was joined by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Byrd continued to work with Dylan, contributing to the song Band of the Hand, alongside Tom Petty and Stevie Nicks. She also provided voice lessons to Dylan during this period, helping refine his iconic sound. In addition to her work as a vocal coach, Byrd was a talented performer in her own right. She received acclaim for her starring role as Dawes Singer in the national touring company of the Broadway musical. Bring in the Noise, Bring in Day Funk. Byrd's contributions to theater also included a nomination for the 2001 Black Theater Alliance Award for her role in Could It Be Magic. Throughout her career, she performed in Broadway productions such as The Human Comedy, Barry Manilow on Broadway, Harlem Nocturne, and contributed to the Broadway and national tour performances of Ain't Misbehavin'. Byrd's vocal talents were not limited to the stage. She also lent her voice to a number of film soundtracks. Notable among them were her contributions to The Lion King, Sister Act 2, and 2½, where her powerful vocals could be heard alongside some of the most iconic film scores of their time. Deborah Byrd was a vocal coach on American Idol from its very first episode, remaining with the show through its 10th season. Her presence on American Idol was pivotal in shaping the vocal abilities of countless contestants who went on to become household names. Her coaching style was not only about improving vocal technique, but also about helping contestants develop their stage presence and performance skills. Her reputation as a nurturing and meticulous coach made her a beloved figure in the American Idol community. Following her tenure on American Idol, Bird was brought on as a vocal coach for The Voice, another singing competition show that would go on to shape the careers of many talented artists. Her work on both shows solidified her reputation as one of the leading vocal coaches in the entertainment industry. Beyond television, Bird's talents were showcased on the grand stage of the Oscars. In 2018, she sang in the choir for the performance of Mighty River at the Academy Awards. She also served as a vocal coach for the 2014 Oscars. Karl Wallinger, frontman of World Party and former Waterboys member, dies at 66. Karl Wallinger, the influential frontman of World Party and former member of the Waterboys, passed away on March 10th at the age of 66. The cause and location of his death were not disclosed by his publicist at the time of the announcement. Born on October 19, 1957 in Wales, Karl Edmund de Vere Wallinger made a significant impact as a songwriter and musician, best known for his work with World Party. Some of the band's most iconic songs including Ship of Fools, Put the Message in the Box, Is It Like Today, and She's the One, gained widespread acclaim. The latter song became a major hit after it was covered by Robbie Williams. Wallinger's career began in various bands as a keyboard player before transitioning to a job in music publishing. He also briefly served as the musical director for the Rocky Horror Picture Show before his journey with the Waterboys began. Wallinger joined the Waterboys in 1983 and was integral to the band's early success, contributing to their first 3 albums. As a multi-instrumentalist, he played a key role in their distinctive sound, most notably on the band's biggest hit, The Whole of the Moon. The track reached the UK Top 30 upon its original release, and after being reissued in 1991, climbed to number 3. In 1986, Wallinger left the Waterboys and founded World Party, a project that would cement his legacy as a leading force in alternative rock. World Party's debut album, Private Revolution, introduced audiences to Wallinger's unique songwriting style with the hit single Ship of Fools, peaking at number 1, 27 on the UK charts and reaching number 1, 5 on the US mainstream rock chart. In 1990, the band followed up with Goodbye Jumbo, an album that included the chart-topping US hit Way Down Now, which dominated Billboard's modern rock chart for 5 weeks. Another single, Put the Message in the Box, also made its mark, charting in the top 10 on the same chart. World Party's 1993 album Bang continued the band's success, reaching number 1, 2 in the UK and featuring another major US hit, Is It Like Today? The band's 1997 album Egyptology gave rise to another hit, She's the One, which was later covered by Robbie Williams and became a number 1 hit in the UK in 1999. In February 2001, Wallinger suffered a brain aneurysm, a health crisis that led to a long period of recovery. Over the next 5 years, he worked hard to regain his strength, and in 2006 he returned to touring, much to the delight of his fans. Mike Scott, the lead singer of the Waterboys, shared a heartfelt tribute to Wallinger on social media, calling him one of the finest musicians I've ever known, and expressing his condolences by saying, "Travel on well, my old friend." Wallinger's survivors include his wife, Susie Zammit, his son, Louis Wallinger, his daughter, Nancy Zammit, and 2 grandchildren. His contributions to music, both as a member of the Waterboys and as the creative force behind World Party, left an indelible mark on the world of rock music. Steve Lawrence, Grammy and Emmy-winning singer, dies at 88. His son, composer and performer David Lawrence, shared a statement to the press saying, "My dad was an inspiration to so many people, but to me, he was just this charming, handsome, hysterically funny guy who sang a lot. Sometimes alone and sometimes with his insanely talented wife. I am so lucky to have had him as a father and so proud to be his son. My hope is that his contributions to the entertainment industry will be remembered for many years to come." Steve Lawrence and Eddie Gourmet, often referred to simply as Steve and Eddie, became household names in the 1950s after their appearances on The Tonight Show starring Steve Allen. The pair continued performing together until Gourmet's retirement in 2009, with her passing in 2013. Born Sidney Leibowitz in Brooklyn, New York, on July 8, 1935, Lawrence, the son of a cantor, was only 16 when he won top honors on the renowned Arthur Godfrey's Talent Scouts competition. Lawrence met Gourmet while both were regulars on Alan's Tonight Show, and they married in 1957 in Las Vegas, where they would become a staple in the concert scene for many years. Throughout the 1960s, the duo maintained their popularity, making frequent appearances on stages and television shows such as The Ed Sullivan Show, The Hollywood Palace, The Carol Burnett Show, The Danny Kaye Show, The Judy Garland Show, and The Julie Andrews Hour, among many others. Nominated for a Tony Award for his starring role in the 1964 Broadway production, What Makes Sammy Run?, Lawrence later teamed with Gourmet for the Broadway show Golden Rainbow. Although the show did not succeed, it introduced the classic song I've Gotta Be Me. In collaboration with Gourmet, Lawrence starred in several memorable television specials, including Steve and Eydie on Stage, 1973, Our Love Is Here to Stay, 1975, and Steve and Eydie Celebrate Irving Berlin, 1978, the latter of which won an Emmy. Additionally, they won a Grammy Award for their 1960 album, We Got Us. The couple also performed a series of sold-out concerts at Carnegie Hall during the 1980s, further solidifying their legacy in the music world. In addition to his work with Gourmet, Lawrence enjoyed a successful solo career, scoring radio hits, including the number one hit Go Away Little Girl in 1962. His acting career also spanned decades, with notable appearances in TV series throughout the 1970s, including Medical Center, Here's Lucy, Sanford and Son, Police Story, and Murder, She Wrote in the 1980s. In the 1990s, he appeared in shows like Frasier and The Nanny, and in the 2000s, he had roles in 2.5 Men and Hot in Cleveland. On the big screen, Lawrence played the role of Agent Maury Sline in The Blues Brothers, 1980, and its sequel, Blues Brothers 2000, 1998. His other film credits include The Lonely Guy, 1984, and the crime thriller The Yards in 2000. Lawrence is survived by his son, David Lawrence, his daughter-in-law Faye, his granddaughter Mabel, his brother Bernie, and extended family members. In addition to his wife Eydie, Lawrence was predeceased by his son Michael. Steve Lawrence's contributions to music, television, and film have left an enduring legacy, and he will be remembered for his timeless talent, his partnership with Eydie Gourmet, and his dedication to the arts. Malachi McCourt passes away. Ryan's Hope. Actor and brother of Angela's Ashes, author Frank McCourt, dies at 92. Malachi McCourt, the celebrated Irish-American actor, author, and storyteller, widely recognized for his enduring portrayal of Kevin the bartender on ABC's long-running soap opera, Ryan's Hope, has passed away in Manhattan at the age of 92. He died after battling a heart condition and cancer, as confirmed by his wife, Diana McCourt, in a statement to The New York Times. Malachi was the brother of Frank McCourt, the Pulitzer Prize-winning author of the memoir Angela's Ashes. He was an influential figure in New York City's Irish-American community. Notably, he was the proprietor of the iconic Malachi's Pub on 3rd Avenue in Manhattan. The pub, often hailed as a quintessential 1950s Irish establishment, became a beloved spot where McCourt's storytelling flourished. He frequently referred to it as the city's first singles bar, inviting unaccompanied women into the pub. Here, McCourt entertained a diverse range of patrons, from longshoremen to actor Richard Harris, with tales filled with humor, rugby discussions, and personal stories. His flair for words and captivating narratives would serve him well throughout a diverse career that spanned acting, writing, hosting talk shows, and even dabbling in politics. Born on September 20th, 1931, in Brooklyn, New York, Malachi Gerard McCourt and his siblings were moved to Limerick, Ireland, by their parents, Malachi and Angela McCourt, when Malachi was just a child. After his father, a former IRA member and alcoholic, abandoned the family, leaving Angela to raise their 4 surviving children in severe poverty, the family's story became a central theme in Frank McCourt's memoir. Angela's Ashes. Malachi McCourt would later recount his own life experiences in several books, including his memoir, A Monk Swimming, 1998, which continues the story where Angela's Ashes left off, covering his time in Limerick and his return to New York at the age of 20. His second memoir, Singing My Hymn Song, or 2000, explores his later years as a sober husband and father. In addition to his writing, McCourt authored a history of the famous Irish ballad Danny Boy. Throughout his career, he made several appearances as a guest on The Tonight Show with Jack Paar and hosted radio programs in New York. McCourt's acting credits included co-writing and co-starring in a couple of Blackguards with his brother Frank, as well as roles in films such as The Molly Maguires, 1970, The Brink's Job, 1978, Brewster's Millions, 1985, Starman, 1987, and The Devil's Own, 1997. His television work included roles in series like Oz, Tales of the Unexpected, Remember When, and several New York-based soap operas such as One Life to Live, Search for Tomorrow, and Another World. However, McCourt will be most fondly remembered for his portrayal of Kevin McGinnis, the bartender with a sharp tongue and a knack for dishing out truth, in the popular soap Ryan's Hope. Set in the Washington Heights neighborhood of Manhattan, McCourt's character was a close friend of bar owner Johnny Ryan, played by Bernie Barrow, and often served as the voice of reason amid the complicated drama surrounding the Ryan family. McCourt appeared in a total of 217 episodes of the show, which aired from 1975 to 1989. Off-screen, McCourt also made waves in politics. In 2006, he ran for governor of New York as the Green Party candidate, though his campaign ultimately did not succeed. A vocal critic of the Iraq War, McCourt was also an early and outspoken advocate for allowing gay and lesbian groups to march in New York's annual St. Patrick's Day parade, an issue that gained attention during his time in the public eye. McCourt's legacy endures in both the arts and activism. He is survived by his wife, Diana McCourt, his daughter, Siobhan McCourt, his sons, Malachi Jr., Connor and Cormac, his stepdaughter, Nina Gallen, as well as 9 grandchildren and 1 great-grandson.